What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense. And y'all, Tamika the Scott. Did I just call that woman Tamika the Scott? Well, she is the Scott sister that we actually like. Tamika Scott then filed a restraining order against Rocky and her sister, and we got to talk. We got a lot to discuss. Like the video as the intro plays.
Make it make sense. That's all. 1 and 1 got to equal 2.
Make it make sense, boo.
Bivens.
Surfer.
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
With me out the place that I've been acting brand new.
Okay, y'all. Okay, this was explosive. I was not expecting this, but I guess the girls are now willing to talk. So Candy got Tamika on speak on it, and they spoke on it. Like, completely unexpected. The restraining order, I'll explain why I think it makes sense a little later, but let me let you hear what the ladies had to say. Again, shout out to Candy for getting this interview.
So I feel like that is still weighing. I feel like
I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna go and say it.
What?
I did a temporary TPO order on my sister and her husband because I was getting threats. I was getting text messages.
Temporary order of protection, TPO.
He even said threats. I felt live when he said I lied on him and you don't do that to me, or you got to deal with what comes with that. So I don't take certain things lightly. So I did a temporary TPO order and the judge granted it to me based on the evidence that I presented. I was granted the TPO order on them. So when you say, can we get back together? It's a TPO order out because he's threatening me. And a lot of people, this is crazy. This is where it gets crazy.
That's a business move in addition to protecting herself, right? So should, by some miracle, the girls get back together, if there's a restraining order, that means that Rocky can have really no parts of anything involving the group. That means he can't tour with the group. That's a smart move. Everybody's like, well, why would she just get a restraining order against her sister just because of Rocky? No, Rocky and Tasha, they're connected, not only as husband and wife, but as manager and talent. If there's a restraining order, that means that your manager could never be present, which would kind of force her hand if she ever wanted to go back to Xscape, which she should because that album did not sell. Maybe Motown is going to give her another try. Maybe they'll do a second album after the dust settles, but this interview is not going to help Tasha's cause.
Crazy. The TPO order protects me just in case because he's on the pool. I don't do this. It protects me and it also protects them.
That was a pow pow. Shout out to Jamie for this music and the pow pow.
Because my husband is very quiet. He's at his wit's end. It's not easy. My thing is let God deal with it. Let God be the.
And her husband is nobody to play with. Dude is actually extremely nice. You guys know that I have had some communication with the Scott family. Husband is extremely nice, but he's not to be played with. He is a bodyguard to the stars. So Thanksgiving dinner could go a whole nother way if Rocky said the wrong thing to him. So it's for her protection, as in Tamika from Rocky, and business-wise to separate Rocky from the business of Xscape and to protect Rocky's little fragile behind from Big Winston. Just saying. So let's get into this, guys. She got deep. So I want you guys to hear this part before I start showing you the different proof that she gave us all along. This connected so many dots.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, needless to say, it was very messy during the time of filming, and
a lot of people.
Understatement.
Why would you expose your sister like that? Why would you expose her husband? Why would they take from us? Why would they steal from us? Like No, and I still don't understand that how our people, African Americans, because of family, we sweep it under the rug.
Right.
Because that's uncle, he molested a child. Oh, that's uncle. We can't tell nobody about it. We got to be quiet about it. Or because this person stole, but that's auntie. We got to be quiet because we family. But if family ain't acting family, like we got to get out of that, Black people. We have to get out of that stigma that we got to protect people who don't want to protect you.
That's a word. That's definitely a word.
Okay. A word. Put it on a t-shirt. No, I'm just kidding.
That is true and it's sad.
It is sad. It is sad.
Expose that. I would never do my sister like that. But your sister ain't never stole from you. Your sister ain't trying to blackmail you with a sex tape. People, I would never do my sister like that.
Okay, fast forward to that. So they're probably gonna miss. They're gonna be like, what is she talking about? Okay, so fast forward.
Y'all know what she's talking about because we were on it on this channel as this was going down in real time.
Not during filming, but that was just a few months ago. During the course of while the show was on air, I don't know if you heard or you didn't hear, but there was like some text that was sent to different people in the group. Not me. I never got the text.
It was sent to all the blogs.
Yeah, it was sent to bloggers, and basically it was saying stuff about yeah, they basically was saying like if she didn't take back what she said,
apologize to my sister, like I apologize to you. They was going to release my tape. They were going to release pictures that they claimed that I sent to that devil, which I did not. He cracked my phone, and I have evidence and everything. Back like it was like
Tamika does come with the receipts. Don't play. She comes with the receipts.
2000 and I want to say 7. I had got a text message from my phone saying that you know how when you change your password. So I looked at it and it was like your password successfully changed. So I was like, oh, maybe this is not, I'm not really paying attention. So then I didn't even think about it. And later on, like I was there with one of my friends and my friend was like, you might need to check into that. And I was like, no, I didn't change my password, but I didn't. So when I made a phone call to the company, they were like, oh yeah, your husband called in. And I was like, my husband, at that time, I had pictures, I had videos because I was dating. I wasn't even married. I was divorced at that time. So they said, your husband, and they said Darius Scott. My ex name is Darius. I said, his last name ain't Scott. I said, could you please give me the number? Do you know the number that called? And when they gave me the number, and I wrote the number down, and I put the number in my phone, his name came up. So I was like, how? They said that he had your social security number. Like
Y'all, are you guys really hearing this? Like, what's crazy to me, Tamika, is that you knew this went on, but for, I guess, maintaining the peace with your sister, you allowed this man to do these kind of shady things to you dating back to like 2007. That I don't get. I mean, you live, you learn, but my sister would have had some type of accountability for what her husband did to me. I get it. You love your family. We've all seen Candy go through the similar things with Mama Joyce, and you get through it because, like Candy says, that's my mama. Well, Mama Joyce didn't try to blackmail, but you guys get what I'm saying. There can be tumultuous things that happen inside family, but to have to sit and listen to Rocky spew his and he literally cracked your phone with your personal pictures in it.
This ain't stealing.
He probably didn't think it was stealing, but let's continue.
He was your husband, but I'm the only one on the account. It's not like it's 2 lines.
You're talking about Rocky.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So now, and then after that, my first husband, who kept cheating on me.
If she had that evidence, that's stuff she could have presented to the judge for the restraining order.
Oh, he was cheating on me. We were 19, 20 years old. We were young. Got married young. So, okay, he cheated. So I cheated back with a guy from New Jersey. And me and him we had a little relationship. He was doing him and I was doing me with this guy from New Jersey. We did a sex tape. And after that, we broke up, but I kept the sex tape because me and my husband got back together. And I wasn't taking that tape in the house. So I told my sister, just hold on to this because I want to see it. Yeah, I look real good. I was like, yeah, baby, what's my name? But anyway, I was wrong where I was.
That was back in the day. That was back in the day.
Back in the day. You can tell me I didn't look good. So anyway, my dumb self gave her the tape, told her to hold on to it so I could see it every now and then or whatever. And then I went back to get my tape and she said somebody had stolen it out of her safe. So I'm like, how somebody steal out of your safe? Like, who else got the code? She's like, I don't think I locked it that day. Well, who was at your house?
Yeah, like that's
okay. So this is what she's talking about. I want you guys to hear this because it speaks to why a restraining order was necessary. We all called it as this was happening in real time. There was no way that Rocky was smart enough to pull off any kind of stunt that he was going to run against Tasha K, but he tried it. Remember, y'all?
I hit you the other day. You must didn't know the number or whatever. It went from this number. But when you see what I show you, you're going to be like, girl, you wasted my time. And that's cool. You apologize to her, but then you're gonna take it back.
Okay.
You're gonna be like, I'm gonna take it back. I don't apologize to this girl because I just found out something the real stuff, not no little text messages. Like, listen to me. When I show you what I'm gonna show you, you're gonna see it's federal. This ain't like state.
It's federal.
This is federal. Listen to me. So, and I'll give you enough research to do. You see what the big news is, right?
About you stealing the $30,000?
No, now the news is Tamika, my sister-in-law, was sending me naked pictures. Todd sucking a tranny's dick.
This was him trying to change the narrative. If you didn't know, that was Rocky Bivens, Latosha's husband. I was about to say something disrespectful. Trying to change the narrative in real time to Tasha K, so that then she would expose Tamika. But Tamika was on it. You guys remember? Tamika went on her own channel and laid out the receipts.
Threats and everything else. It's not going to work. Oh, yeah. One of the threats were that my tape, I have a sex tape that I did. Yes. When I was in my 20s, I did a sex tape. So, I didn't want to take it back to my house. So I gave the tape to my sister.
People were wondering why she even said anything or had to expose herself, but that's why. Now we know in the back, she was going through a lot more, and there had been a cycle with Rocky doing things to her. So when you have enough, tell people your business before somebody sprays you.
My sister, and told her to hold it. So, I can watch it every now and then. I just got to be honest with you. I was looking good on the tape. But anyway, I gave it to my sister. So I went back to get it. She said someone stole it out of her safe. So I said, okay, well, who got the safe code? Who got the code to your safe? She said only her and her husband. But somebody stole my tape. Now I'm about to be blackmailed by them. If I don't apologize, they're going to put the tape out. This is what the text says. So, you know what? You're not going to scare me. You got my tape, but you said you didn't have my tape. Now all of a sudden you want to extort me and put the tape out? And you're doing a gospel album. Let's talk about that.
It flopped.
So at the beginning of last year, my grandmother and my mom always saying they wanted me and my sister to do a gospel album. So the management...
So we don't need to get into that. But you guys understand now why she got this restraining order and why the judge saw the evidence that she had and granted it to her. That is a big deal and a savvy business move. So shout out to Tamika for realizing that just because somebody's family does not mean that they do you well. This, y'all, we got a whole nother one to do where Candy and her break down the business. So y'all know I got to break that down. So that should be coming later today. And we're going to go live about this tonight. We are going live about this tonight. You will not want to miss it. It will be an open panel where you guys can talk everything. SWV, Escape, Candy, Latocha, Tamika, Rocky. I'm at Rocky. Like the video, subscribe, and I'm going to see y'all a little bit later. Have a good one.